In this episode, we're going to be talking about Airbnb and if or when you should cancel on a guest. So stay tuned. Vacation Rental Machine helps hosts just like you learn how to start, grow, and scale your short-term rental business. This show is all about creating systems that help you automate your business, giving you more time and money freedom. If you're ready to start living the vacation rental life, then subscribe to this podcast today. Come and join us on our Facebook group, The Host Nation, where we'll be talking about starting, automating, and scaling a short-term rental business. Now, on to the show. Hey, welcome back, Host Nation, to another episode of Vacation Rental Machine. I'm Julian Sage with John Bell, and we are talking about cancellations. Should you be canceling on guests? John, I see it time and time again in one of our Facebook groups. We just see people all the time saying, oh, I didn't like this person, so I canceled on them. Oh, this person said this thing, I canceled on them. Oh, I looked them up on Facebook and it looked like they had a criminal background history, so I canceled on them. What are the things that we should be doing with canceling on guests, and how does that impact us as a host?
Things actually post-COVID have gotten a lot easier on host as far as cancellations go. And even Superhost. Prior to all of this, Superhost couldn't really cancel on a guest. We almost had to force them to cancel. But now we are allowed a certain percentage to cancel on. I believe it's somewhere around 10% or something like that on all stays. So you can cancel on a guest. Back when I used to use the excuse of, hey, there was a syncing problem with my PMS, and that has allowed me to double book. And that was one of the reasons that you could get out of a reservation. Now, let's talk about the only time I ever really wanted to get out. That was when just this one person, I could tell they wanted to have a party. The questions that they were asking me just kind of led to, we're trying to find a way around your rules that you can kind of softly say that we can do this one thing, but we're not going to cancel because we're just going to say that we're going to abide by your rules. So I even went to the extent of saying, hey, I have to meet you guys face to face to hand you the key. And they said that was fine. Normally, that last step for me is the last thing that people will do, and they'll just cancel the reservation on their own. This person, they put in, hey, I'm going to have 10 people at this house. Now, the house could accommodate 10, but immediately getting a reservation with 10 people automatically just kind of sends up my little sensors like, uh-oh, okay, what's going on? What are they doing? Oh, it's just a little bridal party. Somebody says little and then party, never little. Always remember that. They're always going to say little, or we're well behaved. One thing I do like that Airbnb has started to do is now they started to put in the 25 or more rule. So I use that. Hey, who's booking? How old are they? And sometimes you'll get, hey, I'm the parent and I'm booking for my daughter and her girlfriends. I'm sorry, that just won't work. Either your daughter has to book, and if she's not 25 or older, I can't book this reservation with you guys. It's so unfortunate. Now, talking about current times, we don't necessarily have that big luxury to just cancel on people and get somebody else to fill back in. So be very careful on the reasons why you want to cancel on somebody. Make sure that your rules dictate how they should move so you can have them come and stay, but then kick them out. You keep everything within the reservation. You actually open back up the calendar. You might have a little bit more cleaning, but the quicker you get them out, the better. So you want to make sure you have your noise aware, your external cameras if possible. So you just want to make sure that you're protected that way. That's why I let most of my guests come and stay. Now, everybody's supposed to be verified through the platforms. That's one thing that you always want to do. But you can cancel on a guest. I don't cancel many times, but I've seen people just like you who make money on canceling on a guest. And they actually, say, hey, I get a 20% bump in my revenue by canceling on people. You guys should cancel on people more. That's not how we really want to operate our business. Most reviews actually do say host canceled on guest, and people still get a chance to review. So you don't want to start building that negative review trail on your profile.
John, you mentioned the house rules. Are there specific things that we can be putting in our house rules that allow us to be able to get out of, let's just say there's a bad feeling, like this person that you had, but you are, there's no leeway. I mean, Airbnb is probably going to side with the guest and say, hey, these people are just coming to book your place just because this is, this is what the place is used for. But based off of your intuition, based off of your screening, you can tell that there's something off. What can you do, or is there anything that you can put in your house rules that allows you to be able to get out of that type of situation and cancel without any of the repercussions, such as it impacting your Superhost status, or maybe the guest leaving a negative review or anything like that?
You really can't put in a rule that says if the host doesn't feel comfortable with your reservation. Now, you could talk to the platforms. I'm sure they'll allow you a couple of reservations like that. But really, you want to put in the reasons why this person isn't going to match your ideal guest, whether that is, hey, they're coming from less than 25 miles away, so they're local, and they have a high amount of guests that they are trying to book with. So those are reasons that you can call the platforms and let them know, I'm just not comfortable with this. I think they're intending to do this. Although I've asked them to acknowledge my house rules, I'm not comfortable with this. And you can say, hey, I'm a remote manager, so I just don't want to end up on the news. Airbnb, and that's what I found out when I say that to support, sometimes they jump straight on it and just say, hey, you know what? Okay, we're going to contact the guest. We're going to go do this, and we might find them another place. Or we'll inquire about the nature of their trip. And sometimes that's all the person needs to know is, hey, I got multiple people watching what I'm doing here. In one of my bigger places where I rent the top half and bottom half a little differently, in the top half, if you book the top half, it definitely could be a party house. So I just want to make sure people are scared from doing that. I let them know, hey, the bottom half might have other tenants in there, long-term tenants, or the owner might stay at the bottom. That way they know somebody's on site and can hear their riffraff. Anytime my noise monitor goes off, I'll let them know, hey, the person below me let me know that there's loud music or something going on. So I use tactics like that to try to get them to stop, and or I get them evicted and we just move on after that. And when they're evicted and there's a claim submitted, they don't really get the opportunity to write a review. And if it's anything that's really bad, you can actually get Airbnb to remove those.
So, question of the day, do you cancel on guests, and what are the situations that you would cancel on a guest? Leave it in the comment section down below. And until next time, Host Nation, keep on hosting. If you'd like John and I to answer your guys' questions, then be sure to go to the Host Nation Facebook group and use hashtag AskVRM. Hope you hosts found value in this episode. If you did, please go on over to iTunes and leave us a review, as that would greatly support the show. If you'd like to connect with John, the community, and I, then go on over to our Facebook group, The Host Nation. Talk to you hosts in the next episode. Keep on hosting.